nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
Hey guys, we're back. This isn't really anything super special, but I thought we'd take a look at it. Mostly because I'm very familiar with the backstory of this particular vehicle. So, for those who don't know, I'm also a Hot Wheels collector, because most of my videos are usually Transformers and like Lego stuff. But I figured we'd take a look at this Porsche 550 Spyder, because there's a very interesting story behind this particular vehicle. Or not this one in particular, but there was a celebrity actor who owned one of these back in the day, and we'll get into that in a minute. Let's just get it out of the package first. Now, I am by no means a collector, so packaging literally means nothing to me. Let's grab our car. There's a little... Oh, it comes with a little collector box thing. So I guess you can put the car in that? Or is it like a display base? I don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute here. Let's get all this trash out of here. And while we're looking at this, we'll look at some other cars that I purchased recently as well. Some fast wagons cars. Because, you know, if you follow this channel, you know I love my wagons. But, you know, let's take a quick look at this Porsche real quick. Let's get it on the turntable, actually. Okay, I had to zoom in quite a lot because this is a very small vehicle, so naturally it's doesn't require a lot of camera work to really get the thing on camera, but redundancy. But yeah, this is a Porsche 55 Spyder. Now, the interesting thing about this car is that an actor by the name of James Dean owned one of these cars back in the day, and apparently when he died in an accident in this car, anybody that salvaged parts from it or came anywhere near to it, you know, bad things happened to them. They either got injured or, God forbid, they got killed, or basically the car was cursed, and or at least that's what they thought it was. And you know, that's kind of what gives this car an interesting backstory. Is the particular one that James Dean had was a cursed automobile, because anytime people, you know, like I said, they'd salvage parts from it or they'd come near it and they'd either hurt themselves or some stupid thing would happen. And it was kind of insane. It looks like the back canopy opens up, so let's take a look at that. Here, the lights this way. Detail's alright. I mean, the overall casting is pretty nice. I don't know if this comes in any other colors. Then again, I don't know if the real car did either. I mean, I'm not an expert on, you know, foreign vehicles. I'm more an American car guy, but you know, it is what it is. But I like cars of all I guess regions of the world. I guess for size comparison, we can compare it to here, I have another Porsche right here. Here's a Majorette Porsche for size comparison. I don't think that's accurate at all, or who knows, maybe it is, but that's a pretty big size difference if that is accurate. But again, I'm not 100% sure. What I like about Majorettes are the suspensions and these things, but yeah. Aside from that, there's really not much else to look at, so we'll just look at some other cars while we're here. This might end up being a longer video than I expected, because again, I just kind of wanted to sit back and, you know, kick it and look at some toy cars in front of the camera. Okay, next we're going to look at these car culture fast wagons. But before we proceed any further, I'm going to grab me a drink real quick. So, cheers. Relax. It's just sparkling water. I don't drink anymore. Trust me. I'm actually being serious about that. I actually don't drink alcohol anymore for reasons that I don't want to get into. But, yeah. That is good. That is good. Here, let's get that out of here. We're not sponsored by them. So, let's see. Where do we start? Let's see. We'll start with the newest vehicle, this Audi this 2017 Audi RS6 Avant. So here we'll take a look at that one, since that one's kind of the newest car in the group. I'm going to assume anyway. Yeah, that side is being difficult. Let's see if we can... No, it's just the paper being difficult. Yeah. And I'm not a collector by any... Or at least I'm not a professional collector, so I don't care if I ruin the packaging. It's just cardboard. At the end of the day, the car is all that matters, and even if you did leave it in the package, it would just be rubbing up against this really rather rough cardboard, so... Keeping it in the package really doesn't do it much good anyway. We'll just throw that back there. Next, we'll look at this. Let's open up this Volvo. Now, believe it or not, my parents they had a Volvo like this one, and yeah, it lasted a good while. It was a decent car. It was a more goldish color, or like a kind of tan goldish color, rather than this what looks like a cream yellow color. I don't know, but. We had one, and it was a pretty good vehicle. Again, your opinions on Volvo vehicles are up to you and you only. I personally think they're pretty nice vehicles and can be very reliable if you can find a good one. But that's, I mean, mileage may vary, and it's a case-to-case thing is how I treat it. Next, we'll look at this 69 Nissan Skyline wagon. So here, let's take a look at this. Since we're here, we're going to open all these cars on camera anyway. Goodness, excuse me. I may have to edit that out. Screw it, I'll leave it in. Apologies to any ladies in the audience. I am not normally that rude. I'm just doing it because it's on camera and you can't smell it. Sorry. Anyway, next we'll look at the 64 Nova Wagon. Ooh, it's the panel version too, which, from what I've heard, are very hard to come by. Especially any panel vehicle from this era. Especially vans, like, seriously. Good luck finding any panel vans from, you know, the 60s, 70s, especially 50s, or even the 80s now. I mean, goodness, I mean, I remember back when I was, you know, like 17, the 80s, you know. I mean, I never grew up in the 80s. I'm a 2000s kid, but, like, you know, vehicles from the 80s didn't look that old, but then when you think about how much time has advanced, you know, it's just, it's crazy. And, you know, I never grew up in those decades, sadly, because, you know, I was cursed to have been raised in the 2010s, which, you know, listen, all mindless nonsense aside, I hated the 2010s, especially growing up in it, because that's right when technology picked up. And that's when everybody just kind of just picked up on the whole smartphone craze. But it is what it is. I'm not here to rant about social commentary or politics or problems in the world. But anyway, this is a really nice Volvo wagon. I'm trying to figure out what that is in the back. It looks like... it looks like a roll cage of some kind, so this must have been a drift build or of some kind. I imagine these would all make really good drift cars if you really wanted to. Let's get all that trash out of there. Alright, so here's a better look at the car. It's more organized now with all that trash out of here. They're very, very shiny, which, you know, I mean, these are premium Hot Wheels cars, so naturally they would look nicer, but, if I'm going to pick my favorite, probably this Volvo 850 wagon, mostly because of the sentimental attachment I have to that vehicle, because we actually owned one. But let's take a closer look at that one since we've already, you know, put our hands on it. The detail on this is actually pretty good. Lights are painted. It's actually got the region correct license plate, because I think these are Swedish cars. I could be wrong. I hope I didn't offend anybody with that comment. Though honestly, me ranting about the 2010s probably offended somebody, but I mean, who cares? Yeah, this is a really nice casting. Now, I had other versions of this car previously, but I don't know. This one's really nice because it's just a very simple, nice color with you know, taillights and all that painted. Let's take a look at this Avant. Focus. Now, I'm not really big into new cars, but this one's actually pretty cool. I don't mind this one too much. Yeah, this one, originally I was going to scrap this car and just rip it apart for the wheels, but I kind of like it. It has a really cool, like, kind of aggressive look to it. Very, very stance look. So I'm happy about that one. So I'm actually going to not destroy that one. Because I do make custom cars as well, but they're not that great. In fact, a lot of them are pretty garbage. But I'll make another video on those at some point. Yeah, this Nova panel wagon, that is clean looking. Jesus. I like that they put steelies on it, so I'm very happy about that. And it's got the back window. Nice, because normally they leave that part open, but I'm very happy they didn't. Oh, they left the side windows open, but hey, that's fine. I mean, I actually own a 70s, well, this is a 60s car, but I own a 70s station wagon, and let me tell you something, driving around with no AC, I mean, you better get used to it. I mean, this is how people grew up back in the day, I imagine, because, you know, my dad grew up in the 70s, and, you know, it was a pretty, I guess, common thing to not have AC as a standard thing in a car, but, I mean, who knows. I really like this Skyline wagon. My camera's not focusing right now. That is a really clean looking, very patriotic paint job. I said that in the smokescreen video, the Lego Transformer that I talked about earlier. Regardless, it looks really clean. It's very, I like the paint job. It's very cool, very sleek. It's definitely a drift car. I'm not saying that because it's just a Skyline, just because of the look of it, but I'm cool with that. And lastly, we'll take a look at this green Volvo, which is very frighteningly reminding me of my own vehicle, although my car is American because it's an AMC, but that is really clean. I like that. So, I hope you all enjoyed this. Something a little different. I just wanted to just kind of relax for a bit and just randomly vent, I guess, while looking at toy cars. I might do more of these just because, you know, they're kind of fun and they're simple videos to put together. I don't have to really do much editing on these. Again, this is mostly for those who don't mind me rambling too much. So, I mean, if you're subscribed to this channel, I imagine you're here because you like to listen to me ramble. But who knows? But I hope you all enjoyed. And, yeah. Let's take another swig of this and we'll get going. Love me some sparkling water.